everyone, I'm back with another video.
Wanna make you smile, girl, I really miss your smile.
Like a part 2 on why I'm in a wheelchair, because I found out something. So so I found out that I don't have spinal muscular atrophy. I have spinal muscular dystrophy. So in the last video, I know you guys, if you watched it, it said I said that like none of the types were mine, like, or not mine, but you know, I don't have any of those symptoms. And spinal muscular atrophy, I don't like have none of those symptoms. And the types of spinal muscular atrophy, I have none of those symptoms. So I started therapy or whatever. I started physical therapy and occupational therapy. And so when they came out here, you know, well, when you start therapy, like the first day, like they I don't know how to explain, like they just come and see like how your muscles and movement and all that is. So that's what happened. That's what the first day was. And so when they came out here, they was like they was asking me questions, whatever, and they said you have spinal muscular. They said you have spinal muscular dystrophy. I said, really? Because my dad and mom and everyone in my family been telling me I have atrophy. And he's like, no, on the paper it say dystrophy. So, and then when I was like younger, when I cared like about what I had, like I wanted to know, and like I used to read it and like didn't make sense. Like none of the like symptoms or whatever you want to call it didn't make sense. So I always knew, like something always told me like this is not what's wrong with you. So that was that. So when the person came out here, I was just happy because I don't have that, because it's just so different. Like I don't know what the definition is of it, well, like what it is, but I will put it up and right here in the little, or down here, I don't know. It's gonna be on here of what spinal muscular atrophy is. Okay, so I have spinal muscular dystrophy. I don't know if I have type 2 or type 1 or type 3. So, yeah. But I will look that up too, and I will put that right here. But I know I have spinal muscular dystrophy. So, I think they found it when I was like 3 or 2. And I was able to walk, and then it just slowly went away. I was able to stand up. I was still able to, like, if I was holding on to something, like, if I stood up and I was, like the table's right here. If I stood up, I was holding on to the table to hold myself up, I will be able to, like, walk. As long as I was holding on to the table, or if I had a walker or something like that, I was able to walk. But then I have spinal muscular dystrophy, and also I have scoliosis. If you don't know what scoliosis is when your spine is crooked, like you have a bad posture. But I'm pretty sure a lot of people in the world have that, because no one sits up straight. So yeah, I have that too. So when I was about 10, I had surgery for the spinal stuff. What did I just say it was called? Scoliosis. Okay, so I had the surgery for scoliosis to straighten my spine so I have a good posture, because my case of scoliosis was so bad that it was affecting my lungs and stuff. So they had to fix it so I can, you know, be able to breathe and I can live. So yeah, they did that. They did the surgery when I was 10. So before the surgery, I was still able to stand up and all that types of stuff. You know, move, like I can move around now, but I was able to stand up. It's just a difference. I can't stand up now. So yeah, I was able to stand up. So when I had the surgery, and then after I had the surgery, I had to be rushed. I was rushed back to the hospital because they gave me penicillin, amoxicillin, which I'm allergic to, and I think my incision on my back. So my scar with the surgery is from the top of my back, like where my shoulder blades are, all the way down till where it ends. So it's like the butt. Well, it's not my butt, right? Not my butt. It's like above my butt. It's like where the panty thingy starts. So yeah, but that's where, so it's like really long. So yeah, so I think that opened back up. I really don't recall, but I'm pretty sure that's what happened. And I got an infection. I do know that I did get an infection, and I got an allergic reaction. So I think I rushed back in the hospital. So that like delayed for me to be able to try to get my mobility back if I could. So that delayed a lot. So then I was in the bed longer. So when I was healed and everything, I was not able to stand up anymore. I wasn't able to do a lot of things that I was before. And my bones and my legs are, well, yeah, they're very fragile. Like, they're not like fragile, like if I fall, they're gonna break. But they're fragile. So, like, after the surgery, they realized that I lost the mobility that I had before the surgery, and they wanted me to go to therapy. So I went to, not occupation, I went to physical therapy, and they wanted, so my legs had contracted, so they were stuck. Like, so, say this is my leg, you know how your leg's supposed to be straight like that? My leg is like that. But back then it was like this, like it was just like this. So, well, it was like this. So, they put cast on my legs, and every time they put the cast on my leg, they will force my leg to straighten out. So say my leg was like this, they will force my leg to straighten out, and every time they did that, they will like fracture my knee. So they realized that's what was happening. So they stopped doing that, and they realized that my bones are too fragile, and with the disability, it's something that will not let my legs straighten out. I don't know what it's called. I forgot what the therapist said, because I have therapy now, and they're not forcing my legs to straighten out. They're just helping me keep the mobility I have in my legs and the muscle strength I have in my legs. But I forgot the term he said, but it's something that is not letting my legs stretch out. And if they force it, because my bones are so fragile, that if they force it, it's going to break it again. And he said that there's no point of doing that, because as of right now, he doesn't see a chance for me walking again. And that's fine with me, but yeah, and then the same thing is with my hip. Like, my hips, they do not stretch like down all the way. Like, if I lay on the bed, I can't lay flat, because it's like something that's in there in my leg that is not allowing that to happen. So yeah, because their goal when I was 10 going on like 11 or 12, well, not 12, like 12 or 13, was to put me in a standing frame so my body can get used to standing up, and I will be able to walk. So they got me to stand up straight or whatever, and they realized that my hip isn't going to stretch out, and my leg, well, they got my leg straight, but it was too fragile, so that's broken. The broken stuff happened. But as of right now, my leg is like that, like that. So yeah, but I don't have spinal muscular atrophy. I have spinal muscular dystrophy. So I'm going to put the definition of it right there, like on the screen, but I'm about to read it to you. It's right here. I'm about to read it to you. That's not even the right one. That just made me mad. So I'll be right back. I'm about to look for it. Okay, guys. So I can't find like a definition, like a real definition of spinal muscular dystrophy, and it's really pissing me off. But every time I type in spinal muscular dystrophy, atrophy pops up, and it's really annoying the hell out of me. So I'm going to read this. So I found what is the difference between muscular dystrophy and muscular atrophy. So it says the difference between atrophy and dystrophy. Atrophy and dystrophy are both terms related to muscular function. Muscular atrophy is wasting of muscles, due to loss of tissue, while muscular dystrophy is a group of muscle disease that have weakness in the muscles leads to reduced mobility. So that's what I have. I have it's a muscle disease that has weakness in muscles and leads to reduced mobility. So my muscles are weak, and it reduced my mobility because I was able to walk, and now I can't. And I had muscles, and now I don't. But with the therapy, it is helping me. He said that I am getting stronger. He feel like that I'm getting stronger just by the 2-3 weeks he's been here. He sees a change. So we'll just see what the future holds. But as of right now, it's good because he sees a change. It's just that he knows that I will not be able to walk because of the limited mobility that the muscular dystrophy has. It limits your mobility and it prevents you from ever walking again. Like I said before, I was able to walk, and now I can't because it limits the mobility and the muscle weakness. So that's all I have for this video, but I will put this in here so you can see what I read. And if you have any questions about this, you can ask me because I'm happy I found it. And I will also find if I have type 1 or type 2 or type 3 because I don't know. But yeah, I feel like it's probably type 2 or type 1 because type 3 is always horrible. But yeah, that's all for this video. So let me give a little so but I will be back with another video.
Make you smile, girl, I really miss your smile. But you made it all worthwhile. You stay down and I'll stay true, girl. You need me like I need you, girl. I just wanna make you